figure out how to get online because my tech stuff doesn't always work. I'm not always sure it's going to come on. It didn't. Doesn't always work. It is today. Awesome. I'm so excited because an hour ago I couldn't figure this out. Hello, happy Friday afternoon. It is now afternoon. I'm Kirsten Peck. I am the author of the book, Betrayed by Trump. It's a question mark. I know that people are trying to figure out what has happened in the United States politics with the MAGA movement, okay? I knew this was happening about a year ago because I'm a reading teacher and I can see when people are being deceived by propaganda and by manipulation tactics and being manipulated. I see that happening. It's like a special power for me, okay? And I'm trying to help people understand that deception so that they can take control of your life without those blinders on and without all that emotional drama that has been used against you, okay? So like I said, I'm this teacher and I put together the plan. So we're on this MAGA exit countdown because we have 11 weeks until voting day. We're right on the crest here, moving in between 12 and 11. So now I'm going to start calling it 11, okay? Because 77 days is fast. It's hurried. It's coming quickly. It's like a bullet coming at us, okay? So time is marching on. And it just takes, I'll say, a minute for a person to understand that they've made a mistake and that there's going to have to be something to change in order to make it better. And it hits a person, it's kind of like a aha moment, you know? And it's not judgmental. I'm not trying to point fingers. I'm trying to help you see the situation for what it is and come back to the classroom, come back to your reading teacher and your civics teacher, because we have things we have to work out. We still have to work this out, okay? And so my program here is a training program, and we're taking it piece by piece, and this is the training session where I'm going back into the charts and the plays and the moves so that you can see it like we're in a fitness room or we're in the locker room, because this is training. And I have to shake up your mindset so that you'll be willing to listen to a coach and consider how you have to change up your play. Because if we want to win a champion game, we have to play full on. And we have to know the strategies. We have to see the strategies that the other team is playing. And we have to look at our own performance and say, I missed that pass. You're right, I wasn't there. I should have been 2 feet over, but I missed it. And so I have to check myself to be like, next time, run farther or run faster or try a little different, because you want to be where you're at to make the score, okay? So I know this is funny with my cartoons and my drawings, but I have to do this because I can't sit back and watch it go downhill. It's watching an ambulance race or an ambulance running craziness. So I am here. Yes, this is a warning signal. This is the ambulance time. This is the rescue boat. All of these ideas I'm trying to come up with to get you to see that it's a pivot. You don't have to make a big giant change. I'm not asking you to make a giant change. I'm asking you to focus and pivot, okay? It's a little bit of a pivot. So in doing this, let me back up and let's go on the training, okay? So this started out here with my general cartoon, because yes, this is kind of funny because I'm telling you that your past beliefs and this idea of your fears
and your biases and your pain and your wounded feelings have been manipulated, and they're using them against you. And so as you're running through this game of life, yes, what if your mindset is being used against you? Because when you're wounded and you're on guard, you're making false decisions. It's not strong strategic thinking when you're wounded and hurt and running because you're wounded. Awesome. I got somebody saying hi. Thank you for subscribing. Please share. I'm trying to solve a really big problem in the United States political situation. And I'm taking this from my English class. So in an English class, we talk about a character like it's a person from a movie or from a story. And I'm asking you to think about your different types of personalities and your different types of passions and intelligences and your values. And I want to get us back to the values of respect and truth first, respecting people, being honest. And yes, this means respecting ourselves first and being true to who we really are. Because then when you start moving into the settings and you get into the plot and you get into trying to solve the problems, you step back out of your life a little bit and you look at it with a different perspective, from a different point of view. And so let's talk about then my art class. So from my art class, we have to do these different perspectives of going from very short and shallow 2D to adding more dimension and putting in a focal point, and then adding in time in a universal, even bigger way, and taking more time to think. Because your point of view, yes, everyone is entitled to a point of view, but it's very surface level. It's very me. And when you start to make decisions of whether or not you like something, yes, it's good or bad, you start to make a direction. You should be adding in more thought and more people and more shareholders and more decision making before you just jump to a bunch of conclusions. And it takes time to think. So this week we're doing the setup. This particular week is the setup. And let me bring you here. I started with the dirty play. And the question of, is it dirty or is it a strategy? Because right now, setup week 12, what they're running is a divide and conquer. The dirty side of this is divide and conquer. When you pick everybody apart based on one thing or another, you're trying to divide it all up. Because if you divide it up, it's weak. So yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip this. It's called Flip It. Because we talked about next the anatomy of the con. And how the con artist, the grifter, sets it up. And so this is detailed in my Tuesday nights. I've been talking through these different setups of how the con works. You know, there's a decoy, there's a roper, there's a fake banker. And sure enough, the mark comes in and puts in his money and then gets stuck. So here's what we're doing. We're breaking it apart. This is like a character diagram. And yes, your activity for this week is to name them. Say their name. Who are the decoys? I'm calling them the senators that are on the game of being the decoy, and Dr. Phil and Fox TV. All of this, the cabinet, all of these people are the decoys. And then you got the ropes, the tie-ups. These, I'm talking your more local people, your governors, the governor of Texas, governor of Florida, and the Tate brothers literally tying people up. When Joe Rogan tying them up, Epstein bringing them all in, keeping them locked up and tied up. And then you got the insiders, people like Steve Bannon, Peter Navarro, Alex Jones, all of them here on the inside. And the sad part of this, when you really get into it, let me put this really deep. Here we go even more. The decoys, the ropes, the insiders on the setup. And when you start naming names, who are these people? And you start adding people in here. Who's your neighbor? Who's roped you in? And who's saying how great they all are, whether or not that's true or not in your own life. Yeah. So this is what we're trying to work on and how to figure this out. Because I'm giving you the graphic organizers and the tools to help you figure out the problem, okay? I'm not telling you what I think you should be doing. I'm providing a safe space to talk about it. I'm giving tools to help you show how to do it and really encouraging everyone to figure this out because we have to talk about this. It has to be talked about. Screaming at each other is not working. And I was wrong to shun people. So to my own MAGA family that I shunned, I'm sorry. I have to talk to you guys. I really have to talk to you. So here's another one. I'm calling this my Let's Make a Deal worksheet. Let me pull this in here. This is from a couple weeks ago. I pulled this back out today because I really want people to be able to have a way to just organize your thinking. And this Make a Deal worksheet's pretty simple. You just write a few of the issues down and you write down what you would propose or what you think your point of view should be on the issues so that when you go talk to somebody, you then can ask them what they think and ask them to respond. What do they think about your ideas? And then continue to go out to your neighbors and talk to them about what do they think about the situation and the ideas of the proposals. And that we have to get back to talking about the policies and the proposals for working together. So another assignment here I had for you guys is the 95 questions. This is a writing activity based on science and history from Martin Luther 500 years ago. And if you'll take the time to write your ideas onto paper, it will help you focus. It will help you prioritize and really evaluate your ideas in your life, not what everybody else says in this big echo chamber. And this is for all the different parties, everybody in the world, because we have to get a sense of our commitment to ourselves and respecting ourselves first. Has to. We have to. So let me put this back down here. My cheerleader moment. I know this is going to be hard. I know it is. I already know it is because I'm already getting into fights with people. And I think that it's just the resistance to talking about the situation. Okay?
And I'm not mad at anybody. I'm trying to find a solution. And I know that identity is a big part about it, and your honor and your respect. And I really believe that if we come back to respect and truth, that we'll be able to get through this, and that's what we're going to have to do. Okay. And so, yeah, I've made a hat. If a hat helps you with that, that's the way it is. Okay. The book is on Amazon. It's $10 on Amazon. This is a test. It is a work in progress. I was a high school teacher and I'm semi-retired. And I have to come back to Florida this weekend because Florida is in play. And the Florida primary is coming on Tuesday. And this week, the subject for this week is the setup. And at the end of the setup, name the players. That's where I'm at. So the ending notes on this one, name the players. Name them. This is the strategy. It's a dirty play, but it's a strategy. I'm doing it. Name them. Because when you name them and you see that they are part of the con, it helps you to say, am I part of the con or am I out of this? It's a gang. It is a gang. And so I've got the gang exit. Okay. And the end of this and the name them, name the players, because it's about your end goal. Okay. At the end of the game, what is your end goal? What are you really playing for? Okay. Because the con man and the gang and the MAGA movement has not been about personal people, individual, personal, real Americans. It's not their game. That's not their game. Their game is their money and their richness and their family. And that's scam. So the end goal on this one, yeah, my end goal is always going to be back to the Stoic legends, back to the roots of democracy, that this is the way to go, that we have to talk to each other with respect. We have to follow the rules. That's why we live together in peace. Okay? So that's my training. This is it. I'm done with week 12. We're moving to week 11. I'm heading to Florida because Tuesday is in play for me and I have to go. So that's what I'm doing. Going to Florida. I'll see you guys on the road and peace out. Okay? I love you. Buy the book. Talk to me. Share. This has to happen. All right. Bye. Have a great day. Oh, let's walk out. No, let's walk it out. Why not? Let's walk on out. I'm walking outside. I gotta go. All right. Now I'm leaving. Bye.